George, you take a picture?
Yes, no, I just went down. I got a bunch already. Emily. Here, Rob. Jim. Yeah. Pictures of all this. Yeah. Probably good as mine.
That's hot. God.
Huh? Coming down.
Here. Yeah, go ahead and
All right.
I'll throw it back up.
Ready?
Yeah, go.
You guys need the Navy guy up there to tie your jailhouse tie knot?
Keep going.
There you go. Heave! Oh! Don't scratch it! That bottom corner stuck down there. Lift it up. There you go. Back up. Now, where's that mark?
Right. So we want to trip over this. Yeah.
Well, I'm going this way. Ready? Is that where you want it? That's it. Can you turn it halfway and it wouldn't have to snap? We can fix that.
And then they bolt it down.
Yeah, that is sort of a little more than what it was.
You know what I forgot to bring, sir?
No way.
Yep. Now, where's that level?
It's right here.
I want to check it after you get two of those, before you get too carried away. Because we don't want it, if it's just a smidgen, it's okay. Right on the money. That's off a smidgen like we said it would be.
Same with the welding yesterday, huh?
We got to do that in a couple weeks now.
What?
Fill this thing with concrete.
Up to here?
Up to here.
Just give me a ladder.
I haven't brought a breaker bar.
Want to use it?
I don't know.
You want it more?
Just to snug it, do a little snug, but don't twist them out of the concrete. I don't know how good they're put in there.
Oh.
We didn't put them in.
Who did? From last time? After a minute.
Yeah, and then weld it.
Oh,
Don't leave no trash up here.
just making sure we get all that wire. I just they want someone.
Brothers want that cross over their graves. Thank you, guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're just in the nick of time.
Jumped right straight in, and you know what, but your arm got that scratch.
Should I go put handcuffs on him?
Yeah.
Yeah, go over there, Charlie.
No one had any idea that there would be lawsuits or anything like that. You know, we thought it'd be a can of spray paint now and then, and maybe him have to build another one. You know, he's had to replace it several times.
Was it vandalism?
What kind of vandalism was it? The spray painting?
Well, when it was a wooden cross, he put a wooden one up first in 1984 when Riley asked him to re-erect it just before he died.
Was the other one getting old weathered and?
Well, there wasn't one up at that time.
Oh, really?
Somebody had knocked that one, knocked it down, and yeah. And I'm not sure how long it had been that there wasn't one there, but Riley asked Henry to re-erect it and to look after it. And Henry put a wooden one up. He thought that that's what they had, was a wooden one. And then later, looking in old pictures, we realized that it was made from pipe, the original one in 1934. So when he had to replace it, vandals actually just tore it down and knocked it clear down, splintered it, and knocked it down into the rocks there. And so he made the one out of pipe. And he welded it and bolted it and cemented it, and he thought it was there to stay, but it wasn't. And the guy that stole it did it in the middle of the night in the dark.
And you've seen those. It still is in Half Moon Bay somewhere, right? So you are in the Bay Area. So you have. My understanding from you talking with Ben is it. You still are wondering if it's really it because of the box on the bottom.
We
right?
were wondering that, and then Henry got the idea. He said, "You know, I poured cement into that. Call and have them look and see if there's cement in it, and if there is, we'll know it's the original, not the original one, but the one that was stolen." And so we did, and sure enough, it had cement in it.
Oh, the police told you that. Okay.
So it is the one that was stolen. Yeah, we didn't think so at first. Because Henry.
The cement was to make it stronger and harder to remove.
Harder to remove, yes. And when they tried to cut through it to cut it down, which someone did, the cement would dull their blades.
I wonder how they did it then. It's amazing.
They did it somehow or another with the bolts, and he had welded over the bolts. And he plans on doing the same thing with this one.
That must have taken hours, though. I mean, I just can't.
For them to take it down,
yeah.
I really don't know. I really don't know. But I'm glad to see the guy had a conscience. He gave it back.
Exactly.
Took him 2.5 years.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, it is odd.
And he had to have heard that we were going to do this. You know,
yeah, because it was not the
it's too
timing
much
a
of a
week before.
coincidence. Yeah. So I'm sure that he knew that we were doing this.
First World War, the Second World War, the Korean conflict, the Vietnam conflict, and all of the current conflicts.
Anything else you heard of?
God bless America.
Thank you so much.
You have to actually drive out here to be offended.
Yeah.
And I don't think many people. What about that? It's pretty modest. We're in the middle of almost nowhere in a sense. Not many people drive.
Yeah.
What do you think about such a hullabaloo being made out of what was obviously a way to honor veterans, and we're not even, it's not like we're in the middle of Los Angeles or something like that anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's a great thing that all these people turned out, and it's a lot, like you said, a lot of them I do know, a lot of them I've met over the past, and I'm forgetful for names. That's kind of bad.
Bad, believe me, I'm a reporter. I don't remember half the people I meet.
But this is great. I mean, this is really great. We had all of our Easter services here, and I had the pastor that comes out from Newberry Springs. He was here with us this morning, and he stepped up here and said prayer for it when it went up. So I was grateful for that. He's never missed an Easter Sunday, and we've never missed an Easter Sunday coming out here and having the same as what in World War the World War I veterans that put it up, they always had Easter services also.
And that's something to remember as well, is that it was actually obviously put up not as a way to quote unquote convert anyone by any means.
No.
It was a Veterans Memorial.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can talk about that. A lot of years of court battles for really what was put up as a Veterans Memorial. Any thoughts on that now that this is finally over?
Oh yes, they ought to leave all them war memorials. We wouldn't have this great country if it wasn't for them going and fighting for our freedom and such. We do have our Second Amendment rights, which is to, so I can go deer hunting and such, and also got an NRA hat here.
That's great.
So anyway,
but I guess what I can get at it, sir, this was obviously put up to honor veterans, and we are in a pretty remote area, yet there was this long court battle all the way to the Supreme Court. Does that still make you think, why did we have to go through all this?
Definitely, because the first time the Park Service come to tell me that it had to come down, I couldn't believe it, you know. And when the Park Service lieutenant, she'd come to me and ask me to tear it down and take it down, and it would save them a lot of problems. And I wouldn't do that. And that was...
Well, that was even before the lawsuit, right? When there was
just
a
when
threat.
yeah, just a threat then, I think.
That was when that whole thing for the Buddhist stupa and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they
right.
wanted to put one here or something, you know, but that's not how the veterans
exactly
put it, you know.
But in a sense, it's just sort of, that's why you kept it very simple. Because weren't there these plans for some fancy oak ones and stuff like that, and you wanted to keep it simple?
Yeah, if they wanted to put them up, you know, different people wanted to put it up. One would be a big marble one.
Who wanted to do that? Who wanted to do the marble one?
I don't know. The wife, she probably would remember, maybe not. But we've had different people call us over the time, you know.
And someone else wanted to do some nice fancy wood one and stuff?
Yeah, well, right, a redwood one, which wouldn't last here that long. Of course, we've got cedar wood that's just about as good or better.
And this is going to be bolted down into the rock like the other
Yeah,
one.
it is bolted down.
It is already, they already bolted
Yeah,
it, okay.
Right.
Oh, they were doing that just now?
Yeah,
okay.
As soon as it went
was
up,
quick work.
it went bolted down, yeah. Had 4 bolts in and a steel rod in the middle of it, and we're going to put concrete inside it again. So if someone tries to cut it down with a hacksaw or a torch, it spits. When you try to cut with the torch, it spits cement back at your torch.
Now, couldn't the same thing happen? Wasn't the last one have concrete on it too?
Yes, that's what I had done, and to put them down, and it would stay, made to stay. But they managed to cut into it, the whole thick plate. They went outside the bolts real far and cut clear down, all the way around, and managed to get the last one down.
Could they do the same thing? It's pretty to this one if they wanted? Or?
They could. Yes, they possibly
It's only
could.
so much you can do, though. I mean.
Yeah, I mean it's. But now with the sign and all like it is, and the cable around it, yeah, I think it'd be a little less apt to happen.
In other words, you wanted to keep it simple rather than something super fancy.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what it was.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because they were miners, prospectors, cattlemen, railroad people, all that had got together that had come from being served in wars. Put it up in 1934.
And then later it was wood. But
I made a wood one, and then after it got tore up, I put it back up, and it got really tore up another time. Couldn't put it back up, so I made the cross. That cross got stolen. Now, this cross.
That's fascinating. So this really is the original. It was an iron sort of pipe thing at the beginning.
Just about like that.
Just like that. You wanted to make it as close as possible.
Right.
That's great.
I always originally thought I hadn't seen the picture. My good friend Riley Bembry hadn't. I don't think I'd looked through a couple of the books that wrote about him. Had some of his original pictures in here. Whenever I did, I realized, hey, that was pipe, and I made one out of pipe. But I had actually made one out of pipe just so it wouldn't get torn out. And that's why I cemented the inside, did all that other work, because I didn't want them tearing it down.
Well, hey, thank you guys for coming. It's been a long battle for these veterans to return their memorial to its rightful place. This memorial has been bagged, it's been boxed, It's been torn down, it's been stolen, and now it's back and restored on, and you're standing on VFW property, which is absolutely fantastic. The Liberty Institute, the only way we were able to do this is that, because we couldn't do it ourselves, is that we brought in a fantastic legal team led by Allison Ho and Ted Cruz at Morgan, Lewis, and Bacchius. And some of their folks are here with us. And definitely this cross, this memorial, this Veterans Memorial would not have been restored without their efforts. So we really appreciate that. And the final thing I'll say is this, is that before this was all really exciting and fun stuff going on out here in the middle of the desert, Henry and Wanda Sandoz were out here, you know, making the big trek from Yucca Valley and taking care of this memorial. And you know, they did it during a time. You know, it wasn't because it was popular. No one really knew it was out here. But they were out here to keep a promise to Riley Bembry that they made back in the early 1980s. And I think it's a wonderful thing that now Henry can go back home tonight and go to bed knowing that he fulfilled his promise to his friends. And no matter what kind of battle came along, which I knew he couldn't have possibly anticipated, that he was able to restore this memorial for Riley and for all those World War I veterans, none of which are now alive, and for all veterans for all time. So thank you.
Well, without further ado, we have a rededication of this Mojave Cross to do.
This cross is a symbol of commitment made many years ago by Henry and Wanda Sandoz to protect and to maintain the request of a falling comrade. This cross is also symbolic in that the freedom of religion has also withstood the challenge of those who continually try to erode and destroy those basic freedoms that our great nation was founded upon to protect. And now, in the name of the Department of California, Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States, we rededicate this cross and these grounds in the memory of those noble warriors who have gone on before us. May their noble deeds live forever.